Okay, so this is after about 5 hours of use. Just wanted to look at the cylinder head because I needed to put Loctite in those bolts. Everything looks pretty good so far. And just looking around in there, I'm gonna have to redo my tethering system, but so far so good. Nothing too concerning. Just looking at the piston, but we'll continue to kind of monitor this as we go. So that's the first 5 hours. Both of these pistons are looking okay. We'll see a lot of buildup. So this is at 30 to 1. And so here's the other cylinder head. So I'll go through and put some Loctite in these bolts because they came out really easy for the cylinder head, and that's something I hadn't replaced yet. So I was hoping that I could flip these cylinders over, but you can't. So I'm gonna see if there's a downward facing head so that I can get that muffler on this side to go down, because what I'm afraid of is, since the muffler over here has to set up, if any dirt gets down in there, it's going to get into the piston. I would rather these face down and prevent the dirt from, or as much dirt from getting in there as possible. So I want to lessen that as much as possible. Got the cylinder head, but because of the bolting pattern, you can't just take one side off the other, or you can't just rotate the other one down. So maybe there's a downward facing head for this side. And that's where the muffler shook loose again. So that's what you're seeing here, this spray that's on this side. All right, so we're getting that piston back on, and I'm gonna take these bolts back out, and then we'll bolt this piston back on and put some Loctite here, and we should be good to go. And then those bolts will have the heat treated or the high heat Loctite. All right, I went in, I put Loctite in all the head bolts, and then we checked the heads. I made sure that I have tethers for all the mufflers. I went ahead and did away with the old machine gun style muffler that came with it. One that initially came off was down here, but I'll replace the one that was still good up here, just so I have the same style mufflers. Use the same tethering system, so that bracket is tethered. I drilled a hole, small hole, and ran aircraft wire from here to the frame, and again from here to the frame, mainly so that if it came off at one point, it wouldn't be able to turn and get into the prop, hopefully. Airbox is tethered. I just use the same tie down that I had before, and we have a similar tethering system. So here's the hole that I drilled, and I may cover that up with JB Weld. I don't think it's gonna make a noticeable difference because you already have these ports over here on the side. So we'll see. If it changes anything, I'll add the JB Weld.